A rematch here in Phoenix, Arizona of a classic division series battle between the Milwaukee Brewers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Now, both trying to find their way in the 2012 season, and they'd like to help make that roadmap at the expense of one another. Hi, folks. Welcome back to the ballpark. Hope you have a great weekend planned. This is Mark Grace. My name is Darren Sutton. Certainly glad you've joined us here from Chase Field. Reportedly, very big news for the Arizona Diamondbacks. FoxSports.com, amongst many others. John Morrissey reporting the Diamondbacks can't confirm until tomorrow. Miguel Montero and the Diamondbacks have agreed on a 5-year, $60 million contract. Long-term confirmation for Montero. Your thoughts?
Well, I think, first of all, good for the Arizona Diamondbacks and good for Miguel Montero. Montero is one of the best catchers in all of baseball. Now he's going to be paid like one of the best catchers in all of baseball. This guy is the leader of the Diamondbacks. He is the heart and soul of this team as far as leadership is concerned, as far as vocal is concerned. Now he's going to be a Diamondback for a long, long time, and I think we're all fortunate for that.
When all the parties get here in the great state of Arizona, things will be made official tomorrow, reportedly. Now, there is no reporting the fact that two hitters are really hot, two hitters that wanted to get it going. Willie Bloomquist and Justin Upton.
At the top of the order, you are finally getting a table setter, especially the last couple of weeks, folks. Willie Bloomquist, hot with the bat, hot on the bases. He is playing 90 miles an hour like he always does. Willie Bloomquist is a guy now that Justin Upton and the rest of those guys in the middle of the order, they've been driving him in. That's why the runs have been up recently, because of guys like Willie Bloomquist doing it with the bat and doing it with his legs.
You know, the Diamondbacks shortstops collectively, that's Bloomquist, that's McDonald, and then Cody Ransom, who now is in the other dugout, have hit .301 as a group. All three of them together hitting .301. Defensively, they've made just 2 errors, so certainly excited to have Stephen Drew back, but honestly right now, not being missed, not yet. So certainly excited to get him back no matter what. The contract news is, going to be made official tomorrow, but for now, there's no reporting. We've got a real game tonight. Yovani Gallardo, a Diamondback killer. Ian Kennedy, those two met in Games 1 and Games 5 last year.
Memorial Day weekend. Tonight, a rematch of the 2011 NLDS between the Central Champion Brewers and the reigning champs of the West, the Arizona Diamondbacks. A great matchup on the hill tonight. Ian Kennedy goes for the D-backs, trying to turn his season around. And for the Brew Crew, it's Giovanni Gallardo. What a difference a year makes. Last year, Ian Kennedy, simply superb, 21-4. Gallardo, 17-10. But this year, both guys off to rough starts. These two guys faced off twice, by the way, in that NLDS. It's interesting, in Ian's last 3 starts, no runs have been scored for him before he left the game. So clearly some offense needs to be scored early for Ian Kennedy to snap out of his recent slide. Stay with us. Are the D-backs looking for a little revenge as the Brewers won their matchup last year in the postseason? Back with the baseball in just a bit.
Last October, trying to reshape their season, one and all. Ron Renneke led his club to a fabulous year in a Central Division title last year. He puts at the top of the order, Ron Renneke, Corey Hart this time, just trying to find offense. A surprisingly quiet Brewers club offensively over the last half decade. That hasn't been the case. And we're underway. Strike one to Corey Hart. Ian Kennedy on the mound, the 27-year-old right-hander. 3-4 on the season. To the right side, Hart lets it travel, but it's playable. Justin Upton is there, 1 out. Corey Hart will truck it on back to the dugout. Arizona Ford Dealers presents the numbers for Ian Kennedy. What do you make of what you see?
Well, I think Ian this year has just had a little trouble with his command. His stuff is fine, but I think his command has not been in the first 6 weeks of the season. He's been in the middle of the plate a lot more often than he was last year. I think that's why the numbers have pretty much doubled as far as ERA and hits and whatnot. When he's throwing quality strikes, well, he's as good as anybody in the game. We saw that last year.
7 home runs allowed this season. The 1-0 to Nyjer Morgan is up and away, 2-0 the count. It was Morgan that ended the Diamondbacks' hopes of advancing last year with his 10th inning base hit against J.J. Putz at Miller Park. Pops that bunt up, and it's foul. Let's take a look at the entire lineup again. There are some injuries, and there's a man named Prince that now plays in Detroit. But it's Corey Hart, Nyjer Morgan, you know that man, Ryan Braun. A disappointing season for Aramis Ramirez. They were hoping for more. Jonathan Lucroy is behind the plate. Ricky Weeks has really struggled. Travis Ishikawa, Cesar Esteuris, and Yvonne Gallardo can hit for power. 2-2 the count. So here we sit. Now, obviously, as a leadoff hitter or a number 2 hitter with Braun waiting on deck, you're not going to get a ton of RBI opportunities, but he has had some. Nyjer Morgan without a run batted in this year.
That's hard to do. Gas right by him. He ain't driving one in there either. He'll head back to the dugout thanks to Ian Kennedy. He just reared back, challenged him belt tie down the middle. Nothing doing. And Ryan Braun hears a little bit from some of the locals. I would imagine that's kind of been steady for him this year. Just about everywhere he's gone. Obviously, the past.
Huge play to pull on the infield. Overbay way off the line at first as Braun takes a strike over the outside corner. There's where Lyle's playing.
How about the quality strike there from Ian Kennedy? Zipped it right to the outside corner. Beautifully executed.
0-1 the count. Ian on the hands went right back inside. Upton was playing deep, but not too deep. He puts it away. 1, 2, 3 go the Brewers. About Miguel Montero. Montero wanted to play in the contest today, but is not. Monster presents the starting lineups. Miguel should be out there tomorrow. Willie Bloomquist, Ryan Roberts, Justin Upton, Jason Kubel, Chris Young, Lyle Overbay with Bell, Blanco, and Ian Kennedy. Yvonne Gallardo went to high school in Texas, born in Mexico this year. Kind of a surprise, 2-4, a 4.62. It's just been 2 really poor starts against the Cardinals.
Yeah, exactly. The Cardinals have worn him out for years, kind of like he has worn out the Diamondbacks for years. This has always been a bad matchup for anybody in a Diamondback uniform.
Yeah, we'll show you those numbers here in a bit, but they're stunning as Willie Bloomquist leads it off. And the right-hander, the 26-year-old right-hander, goes to work. First pitch fastball. 1-0 the count.
Gallardo will hang around in the low 90s with the fastball. Got a very good curveball.
One and one the count. Talking to LaCroix, his catcher behind home plate, he said, I look for that curveball and its snap early in the game, and I can gauge how good of a day it's going to be if within the first inning he throws me 2 or 3 real good curveballs. There is one. It's a fly ball to right field. Willie was ready for it, and maybe didn't have as much snap as he wanted that time. We were touching on, Gracie, how tough he has been against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Here's what you're speaking of.
I mean, it's hard to do that against, I mean, that doesn't happen in the big leagues, in other words. You don't even do that against minor leaguers, but that is absolutely stunning how well he has done, not only in Milwaukee, but here as well in Arizona.
That's 7 starts. His record is 6-0. As Ryan Roberts hits a fly ball to right field. Carrying to the track, and there to make the play is Corey Hart. Well, they've squared him up pretty solid a couple of times to start things off, and now Justin Upton. So we focused mainly on Willie Bloomquist video-wise in the open. What have you seen from Upton the last 8 to 10 days that encourages you?
Not so much physically or mechanically. I think I see a much more relaxed Justin Upton than I've saw maybe a week ago and earlier. I see a guy that is slowing the game down, letting the game come to him, rather than forcing the issue, chasing pitches out of the zone, trying to hit the ball in the seats. I think he realizes now, if I just, and you see what has happened the last week, if I just slow the game down, take what the pitcher gives me, and not anymore, I can still dominate.
Hit on a line that time. It was in on the hands of Justin Upton. Both pitchers roll out a 1, 2, 3. Scoreless contest. Aramis Ramirez leads it off. First pitch, fastball, fly ball into left center. Chris Young is chasing. Still backtracking now. He's under it. And Aramis Ramirez, 1 pitch, 1 out. Well, the team hoping to heat things up here at home. I mean, quickly heat things up. And maybe with our key to the game.
Nope. The microwave.
Yeah.
That only makes sense because, well, we're talking about Miguel Montero, right?
Yes. Well, we're talking about, heating up the offense and winning a couple of series.
Getting hot, quick.
Getting hot, yes. Getting hot quick.
Yeah, the next 3 games, get hot.
Yes.
Like a microwave.
That's exactly right.
Heat things up in a hurry. Well, I'll tell you what. Reportedly, Miguel Montero's, well, his life just got heated up pretty quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, John Morrissey of FoxSports.com reporting that Miguel Montero and the Diamondbacks, and Miguel, by the way, is in the training room getting treatment right now, have agreed on a long-term deal, reportedly 5 years. And so congratulations to both. Both sides will make it official tomorrow. John Morrissey doing a great job of breaking that story. FoxSports.com. The count is 2-1 on a catcher who a little earlier in his career got a little bit of comfort with regard to a longer-term deal. Jonathan Lucroy. Dependable catchers are hard to find, aren't they? They can hit a little bit.
Especially they can hit a little bit. And Lucroy, younger than Miguel Montero, service time-wise, he got paid nicely, got paid handsomely.
2-2 the count. Fastball in. So far loving Kennedy's location. You talked about a struggle, especially the at-bat to Ryan Braun.
Went outside with the fastball to Braun and then buzzed it right on his hands and got an easy pop-up. Now he's thrown nothing but fastballs to get to 2-2 here on LaCroix. Let's see what he goes with here. Yeah. Henry wants a changeup. Henry got a changeup, but he did not execute that one very well.
Hey, LaCroix, timely hitting. 17 for 32. Now he has bases empty right now, but this is a .530 hitter with runners in scoring position.
Golly.
.530. To the right side. No, 17 of 32 on the season.
That explains a lot why he's sitting on 29 RBIs.
Did he catch that ball in the air for his Boy Scouts that are with him?
That might be contract time.
Boy Scout night at the ballpark. Boy Scouts all around. We're glad to have him here. In on the hands. That one is rolled foul. Nice play by our Golden Glover. Let's see. Oh my gosh!
That's without a glove. That's with two bare hands. Oh my goodness! What a great play.
So the judges get together.
Judge?
Give him a contract.
I think he has to have a contract.
Yep. We'll get it out there to him. That one is fouled back to the screen.
93 with that fastball from Kennedy. I think that fired him up, that catch out there by our fan out there with the Scouts.
By the way, the contract, if you've missed it, 4 free tickets to an upcoming game here at home and a large discount at the team shop. Bring your glove, or if you don't, make a play.
There you go.
The 3-2. In on his hands. Another well-located pitch. So let's go back to Ryan Braun, because I think it backs up what he just did to LaCroix, but to one of the most dangerous hitters in baseball. Why don't you walk us through it, Gracie? It only took him 2 pitches.
Watch the first pitch. Just sets it all up. Bang! Knee high right in the outside corner. Now bang! Right to the inside corner as well. Just on those 2 pitches alone, he absolutely put on a clinic in 2 pitches to Ryan Braun to retire him. That's perfect pitching.
Now he faces a man that's hard to explain this year. High talent level. And a season like nobody else with regard to struggling.
And I'm a big fan of this young man.
A lot of people are.
I mean, I not only as a player, but as a person. He's one of the nicest, most respectful kids you'll ever run into. And he's also one of them, Darren, you spend a lot more time with him than I have. But he's one of the more talented players in the game. But, boy, he is really going through it this year in the early going. He's gotten hit on the hand a couple times. Elbow, he's taken a beating getting hit by pitches.
He did not go around. 2-1 the count. Weeks, the 155 batting average amongst all qualifiers in Major League Baseball is the lowest in the game. Since he was hit on the hand, Ron Renicky gave him a couple of days off for the wrist. And for a mental break, he's hitting 141. But now Ricky Weeks in this ballpark, deep left center field. Ricky Weeks with a home run. His 5th home run of the year, RBI number 10. He thought it may happen in this ballpark just because there are so many negatives here. The fans give him the business because of last year's home run derby, not his fault. And the struggles, he was hoping it would happen here, 1-0.
No, it just did. He is dangerous. You see the pitch, belt high, middle in. He wants it down and away, belt high, middle in, missed his spot. That is where Ian has gotten hurt all year long. Missing badly up in the zone, and it cost him dearly.
Travis Ishikawa now a high changeup. Fouls that one off, the one-time member of the San Francisco Giants. And clearly the best defensive option for Ron Renicky at first.
Yeah, unfortunately, for the first time in many, many years, first base has been a black hole for the Milwaukee Brewers.
That young man we just saw a moment ago, his best friend is gone. He plays for Detroit. 1-1 the count. 1-0 Milwaukee leads it. Yeah, the first base production has, I don't think anybody's surprised though. I mean, come into question. I think the big thing you wish for the Brewers fans that maybe Matt Gamble could have stayed healthy and played the whole year and
Matt
see
Gamble
what
can
you
hit.
had.
Yeah, Matt Gamble can hit.
2-2. Gamble with knee problems, said to have knee surgery, will be back next year. Ron Renicky, though, before that injury, saying we still weren't playing good baseball, so I won't let my players use that as an excuse.
And there's been some pitchers that were really, really good last year, not throwing the ball well for Milwaukee this year to this point. And this is a team that was a playoff team last year. And they're 18-26, so I think in a lot of ways, these two teams mirror each other when just a lot of guys that you were counting on, the cornerstones of your Major League Ball club, when they get off to slow starts, it's tough to win. And that is including Ian Kinney. He didn't get off to a slow start. He was 3-0. But then he struggled his last 4 or 5 starts.
Both of these teams, you're right, mirror one another in some ways. There's only one guy that kind of stands away from the fray a bit, and we saw a shot of him a moment ago, and that's Ryan Braun. He has been consistent all year long. Boy, an awkward swing, a fabulous pitch. But Ricky Weeks breaks out of it, for a moment anyway, in this ballpark. In part by Gila River. Gila River Casinos, proud partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kia Motors. Visit your local Valley Kia retailers today. Beautiful weekend in the great state of Arizona. Mark Grace, Brad Steinke, Darren Sutton, and you. Glad to have you with us. Jason Kubel leads it off. And he takes a look out at a defense that's swinging on around. These Brewers aren't afraid to shift and move defensively. As that one is into the dirt, 1-0 the count. And this is, Izturis is behind the bag at second.
There you see it. A bunt is wide open if he wants it. But they are willing to give Jason Kubel a leadoff bunt and try to take away just about everything else. Misses 2-0.
368 on base percentage, slugging .429, Jason Kubel. A bunch of doubles. He's got 11 doubles already this year. And takes that one out of the catcher's mitt. 2-1 the count. Every time a Diamondback player hits a home run this season, Fulton Homes donates $150 to the Central Arizona Mountain Rescue Association. Two and two the count. He's seen Milwaukee a ton because the Brewers and the Twins, natural rivals in interleague play, border wars, if you will. The 2-2. Into the dirt it goes. And a lucky day for number 13, huh, Brad Steinke? It's Jason's birthday, correct?
That's correct. The big 3-0. I asked him what he wanted for his birthday. He says that actually comes next homestand. He and his wife Blake are expecting a daughter. It just so happens to be on the off day. So pretty good baseball wife. The timing of that could be perfect next week.
Yeah, congratulations.
Happy birthday, Jason Kubel.
And a real true happy birthday here in a few weeks. Well, he took that one just off the plate. Pretty good pitch and an even better take.
Just a fraction off the plate. Jason Kubel, once again, a well-earned walk. We've seen him do that quite often this year, so that's what you're supposed to do. Get on base as a leadoff man. You be the judge, folks. See, smartest fans in baseball. Right here.
I love that. Love signs.
Need more of them.
Love when people make them. You can make them at the ball yard if you forget your stuff. There are great sign-making stations here at Chase Field. Chris Young takes a fastball over the inside corner. Young at .322, 5 home runs, 15 batted in. And that hot start for Chris Young has not translated after the injury, after the DL time, not yet, but you kind of expect that sometimes, don't you? Unfortunately.
Well, yeah, right in the middle of your hottest moments as a major leaguer.
Bouncing ball out towards short. Izturis to Weeks on to first. That is a double play. Ricky Weeks with a rocket shot on across the diamond to Ishikawa. Got him to pull a pitch a little bit off the plate.
Number 37.
Well, no matter who you are, you just struggle against Yovani Gallardo if you're a Diamondback. Leadoff walk, 2 pitches later, you got nobody on and 2 outs. That's what ownership is. Making the right pitch at the right time against the most dangerous guys.
So Chris 4 for 21 since coming off the disabled list. Still trying to find it. 0-1 the count to Lyle Overbay. What a year for Lyle. You can't really totally call him a part-time player anymore.
Not anymore.
It's close to a platoon.
Kind of a half-time player. But the Diamondbacks have been facing so many left-handers that Paul Goldschmidt certainly has had his fair share of looks, as has Lyle. And I think right now, Gibby kind of likes what he's getting from both sides, so he's going to run them both out there as much as he can. Gibby's doing his normal impression there.
2-1 the count. You were talking about Lyle the other day when he was first in the big leagues. Call him a sweet kid or a sweet young boy. What would we call him?
Such a sweet boy.
He's heard about that name from a lot of his friends.
Oh, yeah?
They were giving him the business about it.
No, I was giving him the business on the plane coming back out here.
Yeah.
I was telling J.J. Putz and Aaron Hill. Gracie, what was Lyle like when he was a young pup, just coming up and you had him under your wing? I was like, well, I wanted to haze him and I wanted to, give him the business, but I couldn't because he's just such a sweet boy. I would have felt awful if I would have done that to him. Well, that's pretty sweet what he did right there.
It is. His friends, his true friends, his life friends, don't think he's so sweet. You know how buddies are. So they're getting a kick out of that. He said his
good. Somebody's got to give him the business.
I think that needs to be his nickname. Sweet boy. Huh? Tighten it up a little bit. Sweet boy. So from here on out, the rest of the year,
Sweet boy.
There we go.
Because he was just such a sweet boy. Now he's a sweet man.
Old man.
Very well said.
Here's Josh Bell. Acquired from Baltimore earlier this year. Bell gives that one a ride. Couldn't square it up into left center field. Nigel Morgan is there, and he puts it away. Taylor's and text a road trip to the Miller Taste team at 620-620. It's your chance to win one of 3 interdivision rival flyaway trips this summer. Ian Kennedy rocks and rolls with a fastball that nips the outside corner. To Cesar Izturis, the veteran, the option tonight at short, hitting 200 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Change up, elbow underneath that one, so it stays high. Almost threw that one sidearm. 1-1 the count. The veteran's 19th start at shortstop. There's a better changeup. A hitter, a lot of times, will see a pitch that's ugly and think he won't see it again. Ian, fabulous, threw a pretty one after the one that was high. Hitters will give up on a pitch in an at bat. And then down, a breaking ball into the dirt. A prime display of his secondary stuff that time, and good for Kennedy.
Well, that's what happens when you establish your fastball to the first few hitters. It makes these guys that are watching from the bench like, okay, he's proud of his fastball tonight. Then you're able to do things like that to Izturis.
If you're just joining us, Ricky Weeks with a home run, his 5th of the year, an inning ago. Now, Giovanni, 1 for 17 this year, but he's got 9 career home runs.
He's much better than that. I mean, I've seen him hit some tape measure balls.
0-2 the count on Gallardo. And 9 home runs, 29 career RBIs. 1-2 the count. There we go. Fastball runs in. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 strikeouts for Kennedy. And here's Corey Hart.
Right fielder Corey Hart.
Expect Hart to be playing first base tomorrow night as that revolving door continues. They can put.
Not really his spot, though, is it?
No, it's not. Aoki goes to the outfield. Hart comes in and plays first. Ron Renicky still looking for a solution. I'll tell you how much it's not his spot. In his career, he's played more than 6,000 innings in the outfield. In his career, he's played 33 innings at first base.
Goodness.
Oh, 0-2 the count. Good athlete, you know, especially for a guy who stands 6'6", has always run well.
Good outfielder.
A very good outfielder. Legs have battled him the last couple of years. Broke his bat. Ground ball towards short. Willie Bloomquist in time for the out. Just the week's homer. That's all so far in this ball game.
Safe. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Back at the ball yard, the Diamondbacks looking to find some offense. They trail it by a score of 1-0. They're facing their old nemesis in Giovanni Gallardo. Henry Blanco. A lot of Boy Scouts here tonight. Love Boy Scout night at the yard. See quite a few Brewers shirts as well. Midwest fans travel well out here.
Were you ever a scout?
I was
like
not
a Cub
a scout.
Scout or a Boy Scout?
I was not.
I wasn't either, but you know, there's an Eagle Scout, you can tell. Right next to him was a Life Scout.
That's great.
That means they've, quote unquote, as far as scouting's concerned, they paid their dues. And then some.
Yeah, it's worth celebrating tonight. The values tied to that. Love to have that at the ballpark all around. Breaking ball 1-2 the count. So I ran into Henry Blanco earlier today. It was at about 2 o'clock. Henry, you in there tonight? Nope. I think Miguel's going to be back. So I'll be watching this one.
Boy, was he wrong.
The 1-2.
Yeah, Henry doesn't like those breaking balls. And Gallardo knows that. He threw him a steady diet of hooks. And back to the dugout, Blanco will go.
CenturyLink high-speed internet, high-speed pitch. 94 for Giovanni, 93 for Ian. But Henry said he passed by Miguel Montero, and Miguel told him, hey, man, I'm ready to go. I'm going to go, so you go ahead and relax, Grandpa. I'll hop back out there. And Kirk Gibson walked up to him.
What happened?
Kirk Gibson went up to Miguel Montero and said, Hey, by the way, he said, oh, yeah, Skipper, I'm ready to go. He said, you're not playing tonight.
Were you there when he did it?
No, I was not. This is according to Miguel. So he may have been adding to the story. You know, reported long-term contract at all. He might have been already taking liberties.
I was going to say he probably had a lot on his mind. Probably needs another day off.
1-0 the count. And, of course, if you're Miguel Montero, you work to get healthy so you can get back in the lineup against Zach Greinke.
Well, I think any Diamondback would rather face Zach Greinke.
You're right.
Than Yovani Gallardo. And that's
tough
you know
to
what
swallow
I mean.
what you're
Zach
saying, but you're right.
One of the best pitchers in the game. But nobody's better than Gallardo against the Diamondbacks.
You know, with Henry Blanco, you're edging close to the bench me or trade me territory when you play him 3 games in a row.
Well, he got that day off yesterday.
Okay.
So he's just about to wear down. There's Conrad Schmidt.
He'd love to have a chance. On the ground, late reaction there, Ricky Weeks. The pitcher Kennedy hit it hard. But Weeks a step behind and tried to panic and rush to make the play.
Kennedy with a Cheshire grin there. It's a late break by Weeks, and then right off the wrist it goes. No play for Estrella, so that's a base hit, the first base hit of the day for the Arizona Diamondbacks, and it comes from Ian Kennedy, who is hitting a whopping donut.
Yeah, first base hit of the
coming
season.
Into this game.
20th base hit of his career.
Still waiting for Trevor Cahill to get off that schneid. A couple of nights ago, Joe Saunders got off that donut.
Trevor will get a couple of hits in his next outing.
I hope so.
Willie Bloomquist, a topper, and it's a foul ball. Again, Montero receiving treatment, getting ready for tomorrow night. The career numbers, part of our APS Energy All-Star for Miguel. And again, we'll repeat it throughout the evening. If you're just joining us, it has been widely reported that Montero and the Diamondbacks have agreed on a long-term contract, 5 years. And it's been reported for $60 million. So Montero, it will become official tomorrow.
Diamondbacks have not confirmed this, though.
They
Is
have
that
not
correct?
confirmed it. They will.
Nor have they denied it.
They will confirm it when all parties are in town.
I'll tell you what, if it is indeed true, I would imagine Miguel's throwing a big party. I'm looking forward to that.
Are we going over there?
Oh, heck yeah.
All right. I don't really know where is.
He'll have enough to buy a second Ferrari.
Yeah, we need to talk about that since he's going to be around for a while. 1-1 the count to Willie Bloomquist, speedster himself. The Montero, it's beautiful, the car. You get whatever car you'd like. If you've worked hard to earn it, I think that's fabulous. But just one parking spot, please, in spring training.
Yeah, he likes to take up a couple. Yep.
Yeah, not a fan.
Not a fan of that either. Nobody's going to scratch your car, Miguel. And if they are, they're going to scratch it whether you're taking one parking spot or 2.
Yeah, they might find a way to scratch it even more so.
Exactly.
2-1 the count. Just had to get that off my chest. Willie hits it hard. Little backhanded flip. That is a double play. Frustrating for Willie.
A couple of double plays now for Gallardo through 3 innings.
Baseball is brought to you in part by Jack in the Box. Right now at Jack in the Box, you can try the new Chipotle Chicken Club Combo. It's only $4.99 plus tax. AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. Mazda, the all-new Mazda CX-5 with 35 highway miles per gallon. Nigel Morgan against Ian Kennedy, a changeup that's over the inside corner. 0-1 the count to the young man who, as an amateur athlete, was one heck of a hockey player, Nigel Morgan. Still loves to skate. Curveball nearly got him, or did it? Well, nearly got him.
I guess it missed him. Yep, it missed it. Well, you would imagine if he was a established hockey player, probably a low ball hitter.
Yeah, good call. You know, the one thing with Niger, and Brewers fans have followed this closely, if they could just get him to come out of his shell a little bit.
Yeah, Niger, pretty introverted, isn't he?
Yes, very kind of the librarian in the corner of the room, doesn't really say much. 2-2 the count. And of course, if you're brand new to watching him play, he's the antithesis of that. Sometimes to the detriment.
We jest.
Opposing teams don't always like him. Line drive, but he did that very well.
How about there? Did Ian like that?
Didn't like that at all, but as he gets on.
That was another case of Kennedy missing his spot, missing right down the middle, belt tie, and it cost him.
They're talking about 4 parking spots being needed in spring training, so what should Miguel Montero buy as a second car if reportedly the deal is done? An Aston Martin, a Maserati, as Braun hears it, by the way, a Bentley, a Rolls Royce 36929, or of course the New York Mets.
For all our friends at Deadspin. Boy, that's good.
Ryan Braun flied to right field. We documented it that it was a 2-pitch at bat. Good fastball away.
Good fastball away. Good fastball in.
Don Baylor has asked his hitters if they're comfortable, use a bigger bat. I'd love to see you do that if you can. Ryan Braun doesn't need to be asked by Don Baylor. He uses a massive piece of lumber. .36-35, I believe.
Yeah, the denser the wood, the more the ball's going to jump off it. And he generates some bat speed with that big bat. They called a balk. They called a balk on Ian Kennedy.
Is that not 3? I believe that's 3 balks on Ian Kennedy this year.
That's probably just not coming fully set. Let's take a look. Did he come set? No, he did not. That's definitely a balk. They got that call right. Well, that's painful right there. Now into the scoring position goes Nigel Morgan.
Well, that's 3 times he has had the exact same balk called against him.
Perfect fastball to the outside corner, 0-2. This is one of those times, Darren. You hate to say it in the 4th inning, but boy, you feel like with Giovanni Gallardo pitching for the other team, 2 runs might be insurmountable. The way if history shows.
Yeah. No, you're right. I'll tell you a number in just a moment that'll back it up. Giovanni Gallardo, in his career, in his 7 starts against the Diamondbacks, has allowed more than one earned run, 1 time. And it was 2 earned runs.
There you go.
Everything else has been 1 or 0.
Less.
Just off the plate. Kennedy made a good pitch.
Good try. Just missed the outside corner. Or did it? Well, it looked outside.
I got to correct myself, by the way. That is 4 balks that Kennedy has been called. They've all been the same.
Just not coming set.
2-1 the count. Braun, a slugging percentage that's markedly higher than what he finished last year with. He's at .621 this year. He led the National League last year in slugging, and he's dramatically higher. Now there's the brawn. The Diamondbacks, they hope to show some brawn. Swing and a miss. 2-2 the count. Chase down and away.
Good fastball there. You can see Braun was definitely looking off speed there.
Wanted to know if he swung at a strike. Braun coming off a homestand with Milwaukee in which he hit .423, 11 of 26. Belts that one to right. It is crushed. Justin Upton looks up and it's gone.
Boy, hitters, great hitters, can set up pitchers. And boy, did Ryan Braun absolutely set up Ian Kennedy by taking that defensive swing at the fastball. The pitch before talked him right into throwing it, and this time he was absolutely ready for it and crushed it to right field. I hit behind Ryan Sandberg for a long time. I never saw anybody set up pitchers better than Ryan Sandberg. Looked foolish on a slider, act like he'd never seen it before, and then that pitcher throws him the very same pitch the next time. Watch Rhino hit a 1-iron into the left field seats. Ryan Braun just schooled Ian Kennedy the same way.
Aramis Ramirez down the right field line. Well, that's a great perspective you give us, too. To me, you've got to be really confident in yourself to do what you're saying Ryan Braun just did, or your perception of what he just did, like Ryan Sandberg did.
Absolutely. And when you see a MVP player take a bad swing like that, he's not MVP because he takes bad swings. He knows, okay, yeah, I took a bad swing there. Now I've talked that pitcher right into throwing that same pitch again. Bang! 2-run homer.
Back in there talking about Kennedy with his teammates. 1-1 the count. Aramis Ramirez. Three to nothing. The Brewers lead it. That one is popped up. Towards the dugout it goes. Kennedy, a big exhale. This is what you're talking about here, Gracie. Let's see.
Here's the first one. Bad swing. Very same pitch. Very next pitch. Bang. Out of here.
In on his hands. Boy, he fights it off. Aramis Ramirez with a base hit into center field.
That's a changeup, and it gets cued, Darren, right off the very end of the bat and into center field. So tough luck there for Ian Kennedy.
By the way, Ryan Braun's home run means that opposing hitters against Ian Kennedy are now 7 for their last 12 with runners in scoring position.
That just wasn't the case last year at all. Nobody was better.
He led baseball. It was about 140.
Not this year. Been a struggle for Ian with runners in scoring position.
Luke Croy grounded out to third, back in the second inning. And that one cuts away Well, so Kennedy, the long ball, that's 8 home runs allowed. And, of course, the 9th was earlier in the contest, hit by Ricky Weeks. You could just be a casual baseball fan, and if you hear the sentence Weeks and Braun homered, well, you'd know who they were. It's just that that man hasn't hit many homers or done anything at all this year.
Very true.
1-2 the count on Lucroy. Kennedy trying to gather it, get that first out in the inning. It's been a busy inning. There it is, a changeup. Swing and a miss. Lucroy doesn't strike out much. That time fooled badly. So now Ricky Weeks. Weeks coming in his last 9 games had 5 hits and 17 strikeouts.
Wow. This guy was an all-star last year, folks.
Yes.
Well, he was an all-star his very first at-bat of the night. Homering deep into the left field seats. About 400 and some odd feet worth of long ball here to the left center.
Strong. He's strong. That cut fastball misses low. 2-0 the count. These are the times when Kennedy digs himself early holes in at bats against dangerous hitters like Weeks. I don't care what he's hitting. He's still dangerous.
Anybody's dangerous on 2-0. A fastball count right here. That's what he hit out of the ballpark on Ian on a 2-1 count.
Little nubber out front of that one. And he better go just in case.
Trying to let it squib back fair. Veteran move there by Lyle Overbay.
Ricky Weeks has struck out 58 times already this season.
Golly. You kidding me?
Nope.
That's got to be far and away.
It is.
More than anybody.
Reaches out, high fly ball center. Chris Young calls for it. The second out of the inning.
First baseman Travis Ishikawa.
With 2 outs, Travis Ishikawa. For the Giants and for Ron Renicky with Milwaukee, just never really given a long chance to see if he can handle left-handed pitching. Just kind of assumed that he couldn't. Tiny amount of at-bats.
I think you just have to, when you get to the big leagues, you have to get lucky. As a player, as a left-handed hitter, you have to be lucky if you get a manager that is willing to give you at-bats against left-handed pitchers.
You had one.
I was very lucky to have Don Zimmer, who allowed me to face left-handers. Didn't, once in a while he would sit me against left-handers, but for the most part I got to play against left-handed pitchers. And boy, what a difference that makes when you have the confidence in around. Now, when I got over to the Arizona Diamondbacks, well, there was another guy named Greg Colburn who just wore out left-handed pitching that I had to step aside and he would play. And that was towards the tail end of my career. But Boy, as a young hit, and that one got him. So a mistake there by Ian Kennedy. And we'll get another base run.
He is on. Continue your thoughts, though.
But a lot of times you just get labeled as a platoon guy and you only get to play against right-handed pitching. And that's, to me, that is to the detriment of the player. But if you're fortunate enough to get a manager who believes in you, because trust me, Travis Ishikawa, just about every left-handed hitter in the game, they faced left-handers in the minor leagues.
In high school,
and college. They faced them in the minor leagues. I just don't know, and they maybe give you 10, 15 at-bats against left-handers, and if you don't have success instantly, well, they can't hit lefties. And you're a platoon player the rest of your life. Oh, boy.
That one is lined off the bat of Torres in the left center field. It's a base hit. Aramis Ramirez comes on down to score. The Milwaukee Brewers lead it by a score of 4-0.
Another struggling evening for Ian Kennedy. Two big mistakes. First of all, hitting Travis Ishikawa with a breaking ball, and then a hanging changeup right there to Torres that all he has to do is swat it. I mean, this is just oh boy. Belt-high changeup. So the struggles continue here tonight for Ian Kennedy. Boy, when do you start getting concerned about Ian?
I think we're watching the outing.
I'm kind of with you.
I think we're watching the outing because I think the question is fair from us sitting in this comfortable seat where the game certainly we always say looks easier would be what would Ian tell you?
Right.
Privately. Not publicly, but privately.
He would tell you he's fine.
And what would his manager tell you?
Well, you'll have to ask him.
Fly ball, center field.
That's what Gibby would say. But yeah, this didn't happen last year. It just didn't.
We are watching folks enjoy the contest at the ramtrucks.tv pool. Always a great place to watch a baseball game. Four runs to work with Yovani Gallardo. He hopes to make do with that. He has had a nice run in his career against the Arizona Diamondbacks, as we told you earlier. And here is Ryan Roberts to lead things off. Roberts, since May 13th, last 2 weeks of games, for lack of better words, at a nice clip. I mean, a comfortable clip, hovering around 350. Timely hitting as well. And they're going to need him. I mean, that's your third baseman. You made a decision that this is the guy that we will have at third base, and they're going to need him. They're starting to get him now. 1-1 the count on Roberts. He's got 19 runs batted in. Curveball high. And Cody Ransom.
Well, hello, Cody.
Good to catch up with him before the game. Immediately picked up by the Milwaukee Brewers and put on their roster.
Good for him. Got him to chase one out of the zone on 2-1. Now it's 2-2.
Cody was saying before the game, with all due respect, too, he said it very nicely. He said, I know as a backup player, if the man who's in front of me struggles, they may go look at someone else who can match up with that man. And he said, so I always found myself as a reserve or a backup pulling for the guy, Ryan Roberts, who was out front of me. Well, his early struggles were enough, Roberts' struggles, to have them make a decision on Ransom. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. You know, it was basically Ryan Roberts' struggles that made them make the decision to move Cody Ransom.
Two-two fastball, strike 3 over the inside corner. Roberts is 0 for 2. Just a little bit off the plate. Ace pitchers will get calls like that on occasion. Here is Justin Upton. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's been a nice week for the slugger. Batting average, timely hitting, driving the ball, walks, a bunch of walks as well.
Diamondbacks looking for a spark in the lineup. Somebody that can finally solve Giovanni Gallardo.
It's a nice resume. The last week, first month or so was tough. As Gracie said, folks, maybe relaxing a little bit. 2-1 the count. You go back to the 05 draft, you see Upton first pick, Gordon second pick in Kansas City, fourth pick Zimmerman in Washington, fifth pick Braun in Milwaukee, Tulowitzki the seventh pick. Pretty good draft. Outside. Geico presents our quote of the game, and it comes from Justin Upton. I'm seeing the ball a little better, getting pitches to hit and taking my walks. Early on in the season, I was swinging out of my zone. I have to make them throw me pitches to hit. Justin Upton. He drives that one to right field, giving it a look is Nigel Morgan, still going back to the wall. He's got it. Morgan up against that wall, saying hello to the folks poolside, hauls it in. Upton gave it a ride.
He just missed it.
Left field, Jason Kubel.
You see, he just gets under it a fraction to keep it in the ballpark.
So Upton back in the dugout. Jason Kubel, that one is low and inside. Diamondbacks trying to see what they can do to scrape off against the Gallardo, a base runner, a run or two. One would imagine, Gracie, he'd be tough with support. Not just against Arizona, but against anyone.
You're exactly right. Diamondbacks have one hit tonight. That's Ian Kennedy. Two more have walked, but two have been erased by double plays. So just nobody past first base thus far And that's just been the story against Yovani Gallardo for the Diamondbacks. It doesn't matter who's in the starting lineup. Gallardo just has that confidence against this ball club.
"51 times in his career he was received 4 months or more of support. He's earned the decision in 41 of those 52. Earned the decision of loss only twice, with 4 or more runs of support."
Well, that's bad news right there.
Cubs did it to him back in September of 09. Does it start here? Kubo drives it, center field, looking up, and it starts here. Fulton Holmes homer, another $150 to the Arizona Central Mountain Rescue Association. Fulton Holmes homer, 4-1.
Well, Jason Kubel, he's been with the Twins. He hasn't been a part of Gallardo's success. He's now walked, and now he slugs a home run. That's plenty into the seats back there. 4-1 now, Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks answer back. Well, even if a little, it's still something.
A little bit of life of offensive support for Ian.
Fastball right down the middle. He caught Chris Young looking for something else.
Is there an extra gear on that fastball? Looks like it picks up speed.
There must be.
Just a little extra zip. It's 93, I understand that, which is hard enough. Curveball pulls that one left. And there to put it away is Ryan Braun. Well, the shutout is broken up, trying to work on that comeback. These Arizona Diamondbacks, Jason Kubel with home run number 4 on the season.
What's going on there?
From the movie Semi-Pro.
Oh, I love that movie.
The Flint Tropics. It's good stuff right there. Little chopper. Foul ball is the call.
All right, now it becomes imperative for Ian Kennedy and or the Diamondback bullpen to put up nothing but zeros and try to put them up quickly. Jason Kubel, maybe, just maybe, put a big spark of adrenaline in that Diamondback dugout. You hope. But now, in order to keep that adrenaline flowing, Ian Kennedy has got to go out and put up quick zeros.
And that fastball helps. 0-2 the count. Hart had a funny year last year against the Diamondbacks. He had just 4 hits and 29 at bats. So didn't enjoy it. I mean, that's 129, but 3 of the 4 hits were homers. Good fastball, wasted that one up. So we'll do it again. 1-2 the count on Hart.
Pretty good executed change up there, but hats off to Corey Hart for being able to lay off of it.
Ian last time out pitched in Kansas City. Diamondbacks weren't able to grab that as a victory. They lost 7-3. Hit him.
Drilled him.
So he hits Corey Hart.
Man.
He had hit earlier Travis Ishikawa.
Yeah, leading off an inning too. I mean, you've got him set up. Last thing you need to do is hit a guy. Got him right in the thigh. Ouch. And what that does is brings Ryan Braun to the on-deck circle. Most likely, when he gets in the batter's box, somebody's going to be on base.
Well, Morgan is tough to double up. And Kennedy has rolled up 4 double plays this year. He's going to try and take a bunt with him. Kennedy off the mound. Little throw and in time for the out. And a nice bunt moving the runner up.
Left fielder Ryan Braun.
Base open. 4-1 is the score. Here's Ryan Braun. Here's the bunt again.
And Darren, you've heard me say this more than once. Walking.
You were talking about the trickery, the psychological trickery he put on Ian Kennedy in his last at bat.
They're going to pitch to him.
Want to know the count.
Pretty good pitch. Didn't get the call.
He took a swing. If you missed it, folks, that looked like he was fooled dramatically. I mean, it was a fastball. It was at the knees in a way. It was a good pitch. But Braun swung at it like he had never seen one of those pitches before.
And school was open on Ian Kennedy and the Diamondbacks. Change up, missed.
The next time he saw that pitch, let's see, this is it, Gracie. You explained this to us. On the left?
On the left, that's the, oh my gosh, I've never seen a pitch like that in my life. What do I do now? Very next pitch, same spot, same pitch. Goodbye. And a lot of times when you're sitting on the bench, now they're going to walk him. And a lot of times when you're sitting on the bench and you see this, or if you're playing out in the field and you see the MVP and a guy that's a star in this game, when you see him take a swing like that, you want to yell to your pitcher, don't let him set you up. Don't let him set you up. And sure enough, he talked Ian Kennedy right into throwing that same pitch, and he smashed it.
So now Aramis Ramirez. Ramirez 9 of 44 with runners in scoring position. That's a 205 clip. Had a little bat handle job single in the 4th inning. Had a hitless, and if you remember this, folks, division series back in 07 against the Diamondbacks when he was a Cub.
Good fastball there. Jump ahead 0-1.
And if you remember that series, as we see this again.
Beautifully executed. Once again, it's so imperative that Ian Kennedy wiggle out of this jam. Yeah, you'd have liked it to have been 1, 2, 3, get back in the dugout. But now if you can find a way to get a double play ball or just get through this inning, I still think you can get that momentum.
He's rolled into 5 double plays this year. It felt like he rolled into a dozen of them in the series back in 07.
I think the Cubs hit into 43 double plays in that series.
Most of them against Livan Hernandez.
With the bases loaded.
The 1-1. 1-2 the count.
Good fastball there. Just up and elevated out of the zone. There's nothing Aramis Ramirez is going to be able to do with this pitch.
'84 pitches from the right arm of Ian Kennedy. Belted foul, a changeup that was in. And so the count remains 1-2.
That one was much more hittable. Middle in with the changeup. Belt. I got to get that changeup down. Got to get that fastball down. Just missed a double there by inches, but no one hurt on a foul ball. Nice little play out there by our Gold Glover. Who's our Gold Glover down the left field line, Darren?
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's John Underwood.
That's John. Who's down?
Dave Grezania down the right field line.
No, we're just glad not to have Dr. Sid Rosenblatt out there booting balls all over the place and embarrassing the ball club.
And a Dodger fan to boot.
Exactly. We love Sid. He's He's one of our original fantasy campers. But he continually makes errors down the lines, and it's just unacceptable.
Kennedy trying to get Aramis Ramirez here. 3-2 the count. Drop down sidearm, just about to try and fire that one by him.
Ian already at 88 pitches here through 4 1/3.
Swing and a miss at a changeup.
That was not fouled, folks. That was just a drop third strike. And Aramis Ramirez none too happy. That's a beautiful 3-2 changeup is what it is. That is now not a foul tip. Aramis trying to talk DJ Rayburn, the home plate umpire, into calling that a foul tip, but it was not. He'll go back to the dugout. 2 huge outs now for Ian Kennedy.
So now LaCroix, who is 11 for his last 17 with runners in scoring position.
Well, you're just full of good news, aren't you?
He is one of the best hitters in the game this year in this situation. Over 500 on the year. And he's got a couple of runners out there. Hart was hit by a pitch. Morgan bunted him over, and Braun was intentionally walked. And LaCroix not afraid to spray it from foul line to foul line in this situation. This one's on the ground, though. That's good news. Maybe. Nope. Everybody's safe. A rare error for the Diamondbacks at the position of shortstop. Between all the Arizona shortstops, that's just the 3rd error on the season.
Second baseman.
Well, Ian Kennedy got exactly what he wanted, a routine grounder to short. Willie just kicks it, and then he gets in too big a hurry, and he can't make the play. So the 4th out now for Ian Kennedy to get here. And any kind of momentum that you could have rests on this at-bat right here. Nice play by Henry Blanco just to save a run on a wild pitch.
Boy, since the start of last season, the combo of Drew, Bloomquist, and McDonald, #1 in the game in fielding position from the position of shortstop. Rare is the miscue for any of these guys. Let's hope Kennedy can bail him out. 1-1.
Pitch right there.
And he grinds himself, doesn't he? He'll be hitting 400 grinding himself. Hoping to heck he gets another ground ball right here. Two and one. Gracie, does that stick with you when you have a miscue? You can see what a difference a year makes. Well, you didn't make money. You were a multiple Gold Glove winner.
Well, in that situation, you're stewing right now. However, if Ian Kennedy finds a way to get out of it, you're fine. Let's move on. If he doesn't, I mean, it sticks with you for days.
Bouncing ball, it is hit to him again. Fires, and this time he made the play.
He's going to be just fine.
Well, that's what you dream about when you kick one. Give me another shot. He picked his pitcher up. Tremendous savings at Nissan's National Tent Event. Visit ChooseNissan.com or your local dealer today.
Well, Lyle Overbay leading off the bottom of the fifth, the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's been a nice little stretch for him, hitting .484 since April 27th. But as a host, not quite as good. He had his alma mater, Nevada Reno, here at the ballpark Monday. Just got in as a pinch hitter and grounded out. And D-backs lost that game. And then on his off day, he went and saw the Wolfpack play in the WAC tournament over at Hohokam Park. And the team got beat 15-5 by Sacramento State. So he says he's staying away. He's going to let the Wolfpack go on their own. It hasn't been a good run for him as a host.
That's too bad. And best of luck to his program, Nevada. It's a good little promo to go see some college baseball here locally.
If you ever want to go see the Wolfpack play, just call up Sweet Boy.
Sweet Boy, that's his new nickname.
He'll hook you right up.
Lyle Sweet Boy Overbay. In this case, it's kind of one word for a nickname. For the sake of the nickname, I know your description is 2 words, but it's Sweet Boy.
Yeah, because like I said, when he was a rookie, he was a baby. He was just such a sweet boy. I couldn't haze him as a rookie. Now he's turned into just a wonderful older man.
1-2 the count. Into the dirt it goes.
I like watching Jonathan Lucroy receive baseballs, block baseballs. He can catch. He's an earth mover back there.
That's a good call.
I mean, he might as well have Caterpillar written right along the side of him, or have a lantern on his forehead. And he's just one of those hard-working earth movers, I call him, back there.
I remember who else you used to call that.
Damian Miller.
Yep.
I used to call that. That was my nickname for Damian Miller. He was an earth mover.
Played for both these teams.
Oh yeah. And he's a Wisconsin guy. I love a good hard nose. Yeah, there's the microwave. I love a good hard nosed catcher.
Lyle Overbay drives it to center field. Morgan goes back, still going. He's got room. This time, they get Sweet Boy. AT&T trivia question. Name the 3 active starters who are undefeated against the Diamondbacks. Regular season, minimum 5 starts.
So I guess we have to say this guy.
Yovani Gallardo. Good question. Good question. Here's Josh Bell.
Oh
Broke
dear.
his bat. Look out.
Oh dear. Holy mackerel. Let's hope everybody's okay. Gallardo had a javelin helicopter in his way. He got out of the way of it, thankfully.
Catcher, Henry Blanco.
Golly. Fortunately, it missed him. That's what could have got him right there, folks. Someday, Major League Baseball will do something to protect players and fans from these bats. No, you see, he's just not playing fair to Henry Blanco. He keeps throwing him curveballs.
Well,
I've told Yovani Gallardo that Henry doesn't like curveballs. He likes fastballs. He just keeps throwing them to him.
there's that weapon.
Another curveball.
Well, I know you've told him and such, but I think Yovani would share right back with you, and I bet he did, that, you know, my job's kind of to get people out, not to make friends.
He keeps throwing him hooks. Attaboy, Henry. Don't you swing at that curveball in the dirt.
Josh Colmenter, kind of a stunt man, if you will, now. Boy, by the way, last fall he beat the Brewers in a must-win game in this ballpark. How special was that night for the native of Homer, Michigan?
Yeah, just a showcase fastball. Just to say, okay, Henry, see, I'm not going to throw you all curveballs, but I'll show you one just off the plate, but now I'm going to throw you another curveball.
There it is. That's strike 3.
Poor Henry. Quit throwing him curveballs, Yovani.
Reportedly be a part of this team. Second car, you like the Aston Martin. Isn't that the 007 car?
I think so. I'm not sure. What would your choice be if you could have your third car?
The Mets.
The Mets. I think I agree with the folks tonight. I always kind of like to check out those Aston Martins.
And again, we're talking about this because reportedly, it hasn't been made official yet, Miguel Montero and the Diamondbacks have agreed on a long-term contract going forward. The terms are reported to be 5 years for Montero at $60 million. You know, the market kind of changed with Yadier Molina, who had even a healthier deal over the winter time. Catchers are a precious commodity.
The Braves.
And McCann will have his day in the sun again after next season. So catchers that can hit and give credit to Montero.
I was going to say he can hit and defend.
He's worked on it.
Exactly.
A little topper. Ian Kennedy lets it hop one more time and erases Travis Ishikawa. You know, you think about Montero, too. He's in the best shape he's ever been in. I mean, his lighter is leaner. He was talking about he bought a nice new suit last year to travel on the road. He said by the end of the year, he said, even though I was catching all those games, I was not pushing back from the table as much as I probably should have.
He said gaining weight during the season.
He said I got bigger during last season. He said I understand even better my eating habits now. That one is a fair ball. Cesar Izturis, he's having a heck of a night.
Nice job by Upton getting it in and keeping him to a double. There you see it. Darrell Cousins looking right at it. Points it fair. Nice job by Justin Upton reading this carom perfectly and getting it in quickly. Izturis, who can still run for a 73-year-old man.
Excuse me?
What? Hello?
He's that old, huh?
Yeah, I think he and I came in as rookies together.
That one has popped up and into the seats. You talk about having a catcher long-term as a franchise. It's not that this organization hasn't, but they haven't had a catcher like Montero.
No. No, in all due respect to all the guys that have played here before.
And some good ones. World champion catchers, and that has to be mentioned. Yep. Damian Miller is a world champ.
Absolutely. Rod Barajas has had a long, distinguished career.
But to go back to last year, Montero, 1,170 innings caught last season. More than any player in the majors. More than any Diamondback in the history of the franchise in a single year by 200 innings.
Wow.
Swing and a miss, and that was Damian Miller during the World Championship season. He caught 970 innings that year. There's been Johnny Estrada, Chris Snyder, Kelly Stinnett, Moeller, Juan Brito.
Well, who can forget Juan Brito?
Robbie Hammock, just to name a few. Robbie Hammock, yeah.
Robbie, famous for catching a perfect game. How many guys can say that?
Brent Mayne caught here. John Hester. Coy Hill.
Coy Hill was here, that's right.
He loved Led Zeppelin.
Did he now?
Yes.
Well, it's hard not to love Led Zeppelin.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Gallardo.
Bitterly disappointed Giovanni Gallardo.
4-1 is the score. 2 outs. Runner in scoring position for Corey Hart.
Right fielder Corey Hart.
Luke Carlin caught here. Ken Huckabee caught here.
Yes, he did.
Well, that's Miguel Montero. If all goes well, just about every day for the next 5 years. No more Ken Huckabee.
Well, and I also think now, as soon as Miguel heals from his nicked up groin injury. I think now he can possibly play a little more relaxed. You know, ever since last year ended, his future, his baseball future has been up in the air, and it's been right in his face. As that one's ripped into left. We're going to have to play at the plate.
Here comes Kubel. He's on it. They stopped the runner.
Wow.
They did not take a shot at it. They stopped the runner.
Well, I'm very surprised. I am very surprised.
Or did he stop on his own?
I wonder if, which makes me think, yeah, I think they're sending him the whole way. Let's see.
This is Ed Cedar, the third base coach.
Yeah, he's bringing him. He must have pulled up lame or something. Well, the Diamondbacks get a big break there. Let's hope, first and foremost, let's hope Cesar Izturis is okay. But yeah, it looks like Izturis must have pulled up lame. I mean, Cedar's bringing him, as you said. All of a sudden, no. My mind really wants to go, but my body's not letting me. And they're going to have to remove him from the ball game.
Boy, Ron Renicky doesn't need this.
Oh, well, we got a break. Diamondbacks are hosting the Chicago Cubs for a 3-game series in June. Make sure to be here on Saturday, June 23rd. First 20,000 fans are going to get an Ian Kennedy bobblehead, courtesy of Arizona Sports 620. Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/tickets. I wish you could see his face.
Well, you can. You can see it behind the beard. The beard behind the glove.
Can you? Okay. All right.
Buddy Ransom comes on. We'll show folks in the postgame.
I think that's a good idea.
We'll bring the Ian bobblehead with us and show the beard. All right now, and for Ian Kennedy, he needs to stop it. Obviously, he is working through his final batters, and you'd hate to have to go to the bullpen pinch hit for a pitcher because Kennedy's spot is due up next. Probably would end up being a double switch. See if he can get Nigel Morgan here. Corey Hart was thinking he'd have a shot at his 21st RBI.
Now let's see if Ian Kennedy can, boy, make that hurt the Brewers even more so. Falls behind 2-0. Ryan Braun's on deck, by the way, folks.
And should Morgan reach, especially with a walk, there'd be nowhere to put him.
Then you cannot walk him.
Kubel, 6 outfield assists, leads the National League. That's one reason why it would have been an interesting play at the plate, and unfortunately we'll find out what we can about his Izturis. High 3-0.
Ian Kennedy really laboring. 111 pitches.
That matches his high for the season.
Well, now he's in danger of loading him up for one Ryan Braun. And I would imagine if he does load him up, this is going to be his last hitter. Yeah, he loads him up. Yeah, I got to believe Gibby's going to bring him out.
He's got 3 base runners out there he's responsible for. Another tough outing for the Arizona right-hander that won 21 games a season ago.
And I would imagine got to be some concern for Ian Kennedy.
Miller punch top can for a smoother pour. It's not just a good time, it is Miller time. And of course our gentlemen, the Flint Tropics, enjoying the contest. Hoping to get some positive mojo out there as Ryan Braun goes to work. He is the pride of Miller Park when he is back at home. He's not greeted that warmly now. Boy, Ziegler, a big opportunity to honestly come in and try and keep it a ball game. He's done a nice job this year doing just that. He has inherited 16 runners, only 4 have scored. That's 25%. Good is 30%. 30% or lower. To the right side. 0-2 the count. Braun.
Well, that's a pretty good potion so far. Jump ahead of him 0-2.
Probably have a hard time finding a negative number on Ryan Braun. Kennedy hoping there could be some negativity, at least to keep it a ball game here. With regard to Braun's stats, as the 0-2 comes home, spoils the pitch away, but there might be room. Not enough as Overbay runs out of space. He followed it over there, certainly. Those are his runs that could have landed in the glove of Overbay. Chopper out towards short. Willie Bloomquist charging. And in time for the 3 more stranded by Brad Ziegler. You're exactly right. He picked up his teammate. Put one of the 16 interactive kiosks right here at Chase Field during any Arizona Diamondbacks regular season home game. It's Kachinko. It's Gila River Casinos. And if you're chosen from one of those kiosks to play, it'll change your life.
Changed my life.
Gerardo Parra, a fan favorite, is welcomed on his assignment. He could start every night. How about the man he's hitting for, by the way, the job that Ziegler did?
Came in and got the reigning MVP, a guy already with 13 home runs. Ryan Braun got him to tap out with the bases loaded. And these Brewers, I mean, they lead 4-1, Darren. But honestly, they've got to feel miserable that they only have a 3-run lead. This game could easily be about 10 or 11 to 1. Just in the last 3 innings alone, they've left the bases loaded twice and 2 on. They've left 8 base runners just in the last 3 innings. So the Diamondbacks, I mean, they should feel very fortunate that it's a 4-1 game.
Well, that has left hope inside of that home dugout.
Now you got to say, man, you're doing a great job of keeping us in this ball game. Now you're going to make them pay.
And that man and the other man who left them full up the last inning, Lucroy, left some runners on. He has been red hot. So some dangerous hitters.
And not only that, but I mean, a base runner got pulled up lame, or that would have been a run. I mean, the Diamondbacks have gotten, honestly, folks, all kinds of breaks tonight for it to be 4-1 Milwaukee, if that makes sense.
Well, makes perfectly good sense, as that one is swung right through. Parra, no break there. Quick reminder, anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell gives away 3 free tacos with a large drink purchase from 4 to 6 the following day. Oh, and 1 the count, Willie Bloomquist. Willie flied to right field, grounded out to short. Breaking ball chopper, charging Weeks. He makes the play for the out.
But it's hard to have much momentum when a guy that's just absolutely owned you is out on the mound, and that's Giovanni Gallardo. Only 2 hits thus far. One of them left the ballpark. That was Jason Kubel back in the 4th inning. Other than that, I mean, nada for these Diamondback hitters.
Oh, and 1 the count, Ryan Roberts. Gallardo, over the last 3 years, 09 through 11, 44 wins coming into this year. That's the highest total with regard to rankings in the National League. That ties him with Carpenter and Lincecum. That's pretty good company.
Real good company.
I don't even think we're surprised by that, though, are we?
Not the way he's pitched against these guys.
Well, I think Diamondback fans are stunned that he loses.
At all. And then he has an ERA in the 4s coming into this game.
Cardinals fans on the flip-flop wonder how he's ever won a game.
They wonder what's he doing in the major leagues.
It's a funny game, this baseball.
It's crazy.
Roberts, well struck, right center field. Toward the gap it goes. Morgan is chasing. He says, I've got it. And he does. Giovanni Gallardo again on these Diamondbacks tonight.
Field, and inside I have 7 Jackie Moons from the defunct ABA team, the Flint Tropics. I'm here with Lon, who instigated this whole shenanigan. How did this originate?
Well, first I want to say hello, everyone here in Connecticut. I'm happy that we're all here. I love this town. It's the best town in the world. Me and my friends, you know, we're from Flint Tropic Nation, so we feel we have to represent no matter where we go in the universe. Tomorrow we got to hit Peru. The week after that we're in South Africa. So, you know, this is just a constant issue. None of these jerseys have been washed in 3.5 months, so it's getting pretty nasty, but we wanted to come here and see your team.
Now, you live here, but these guys are from Wisconsin, so I'm guessing you're a Brewers fan. But, again, the origination of you putting wigs on and the Tropic uniforms, a brilliant idea?
Brilliant.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys are getting lots of attention. We had some people helping us start the wave. That didn't pan out. But one of the great quotes from that movie was when, of course, Jackie Moon wrestled the bear, and he said there are no refunds. Just getting out alive is a refund.
Right. And let the bears get the small children. They love the tender meat.
But you guys are having fun.
Nice.
Is that correct?
Oh. Yes, we're trying as heck, and we're here till the end. Go Brewers, go Diamondbacks. Let's all have fun tonight. Go! Love everybody!
Everybody love everybody. Possibly the quarter of the night, guys. The Flint Tropics trying to merge with the NBA. I don't know if it's going to happen, though.
The Mega Bowl is coming up soon, in which they will take on the Spurs, the Flint Tropics.
I hope they got a good bus driver.
I would imagine they do. Ramos Ramirez, a base hit to left, and he'll jog on into first for that single. Josh Colmenter goes to work. We were taking a look at a lighter note. Colmenter works as the long man out of that bullpen, and his job now is to put as many outs as he can up there. His spot not due up for quite a while. Diamondbacks left off at the 3 slot in Upton. They'd love to force him out of the game next inning. We'll see. Four runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the Brewers. A run on 2 hits and 1 error for the Diamondbacks. Did you see the movie Semi-Pro? Did you like that?
I liked it a lot.
That's pretty crazy there.
You know, that it's based on a true story too. That's what makes it so much fun. Brad's still with the boys. I like that.
I mean, it's hard to tell where Brad is. I mean, in that group.
It fits right in, doesn't it?
And the shirt and a tie.
Like a flock of zebras. You just can't tell. Strength in numbers.
Which one is Brad? I can't tell.
There's Brad right there.
Oh, okay. That's a good call. Yeah. Thank you. 1-1 the count. Ramos Ramirez with a couple of hits tonight. Change up, popped up. Kubel over, under, out as he makes the play. Let's gas things up and take a drive into tomorrow. Sponsored by our friends with Chevron. Love our partnership with Chevron. It's a fun matchup. 2 pitchers that are 5-1. You could guess, say, Greinke, would you have guessed in March that the other would be Wade Miley?
No doubt.
That's a fun matchup tomorrow night.
Sure
Come
is.
on out to the yard. Boy, you're going to enjoy both these unique, successful pitchers. Greinke in his walk year. Oh, good changeup from Josh. 0-1 the count. Weeks could not stay back. Talked to Ricky before the game. He was reflecting on that division series last year. He said it just felt endless. The crowds in both venues were endless. The energy, teams going toe to toe, and
went the distance.
Yeah, and you know, good, energetic, clean baseball. Hard slides when they needed to fit in. It was just a fun series.
I wasn't happy.
Diamondbacks fans were disappointed, heartbroken, if you will. You know, on the very same night, Philadelphia Phillies fans were heartbroken in the other division series. can't deal with that changeup. He's not liking it.
There's the changeup you talked about. Weeks' bottom hand came off the bat. He just couldn't wait long enough.
One of those thrilling games had Cole Mentor beating Milwaukee. There's a winner no matter what.
You got that right. Kind of like the boys with Brad. The Flint Tropics.
I would imagine a lot of you were in attendance last year. Game 3, energy, a must win, and he got it done. This is why I think you believe when you see video in this game, you remind yourself that someday that man may return to that level. You hope
Just
so.
how doggone good last year Josh Cole Mentor was. Wow. He's got a little reverse Gallardo going against the Brewers here, doesn't he?
Well, if you remember, it was a getaway day that he and Gallardo locked up last year in Milwaukee. I think Gallardo maybe won it 1-0, something like that.
Something to that effect. You're right. 2-1, maybe. But I don't think they scored. I don't think they did much off this guy. I think they got somebody in the Diamondback bullpen.
What was that funky game where Miguel made like 2-3 outs on the base pads trying to get extra bases? Somebody needed to remind Miguel
that he's a catcher.
Just double park that Ferrari and slow it down.
Exactly. Don't use 2 spaces, though.
2-2 the count. Pitch is high. There's the microwave, as Gracie likes to call him.
It's one of my favorite nicknames.
That, and of course over there at first, Sweet Boy. Lyle Overbay. But Montero reported before the game, if you missed it, signed to a long-term deal by the Diamondbacks. The team will make it official tomorrow. Change up, that's strike 3.
Another change up, and a baffled Ricky Weeks heads back to the dugout. Sometimes that changeup can almost resemble a knuckleball, can't it?
I would agree. And one of the reasons to me, it's not that it doesn't have any movement like a knuckleball does.
It just floats.
It floats. It's so slow, and that's not a negative slow. That's a positive slow. And you see guys, bobbing and weaving, trying to figure out where to keep the way, especially struggling hitter like Weeks. Travis Ishikawa. Talking to Ron Renicky a couple of weeks ago, the manager of the Brewers, as the Brewers took on the Cubs, and Renicky still hoping that Ishikawa could find a little bit more offensively. He said, and I quote, "He is far and away our best option defensively at first." You know who else they lost? The veteran shortstop, Alex Gonzalez.
That hurt.
Who very quietly, everywhere he goes, they win.
That's kind of a nice reputation to have, isn't it?
Tore up his knee. He's out for the year. Chris Narveson out for the year. Rotator cuff. Starting pitcher. All right, the Diamondbacks have stayed in this ball game. They're within striking distance. They trail it 4-1. Let's get those bats going. good stuff. That sums up some of the frustrations tonight, whether it be on the field with the Legends race, Racing Gracies as I like to call it. The Infinity Game Summary has Milwaukee on top. But the news, again, as we've tried to share with you, is it's a couple of bloops and a blast away from being a ball game. It should be a far greater mountain to climb than just 4-1.
Here, here. Let's see if the Diamondbacks can take full advantage of their last 9 outs.
Justin takes a bunt there with him. Aramis Ramirez, barehanded, fielding, firing. Justin Upton with a bunt base hit.
It'll go as a base hit, but I firmly believe that if Ishikawa comes up with this little small short hop, Justin Upton, I think the throw beats him. But it's a good idea. I like seeing Justin Upton do that. You're leading up. You can't tie up the game with a home run, but you can set up a big inning by getting on base. I think Darryl Cousins was ready to make the out call over there at first, but that will go as a base hit for Justin Upton because you know why? He didn't catch it.
That he did not. Here is Jason Kubel.
I really like seeing that from Justin right there. He could probably get 15 more hits a year like that.
Big swing to pull for Kubel.
Another bunt wouldn't be the worst thing in the world right here. Now, but Jason doesn't quite run as well as Justin.
Not quite as well at all. Kubel's had a good night. Walked. He has homered. Pitch is low. 2-0 the count. Now, Gallardo, with regard to the running game, has been average at very best in slowing it down throughout his career. This year, 5 stolen bases against, just 1 thrown out. Now, it's risky. There's no denying how risky it is. And Luke Croy, pretty good thrower.
Yeah, I'm not risking it right now. Not down 3. 3-0. That you'll take. You get a bunt base hit. Now you're 1 wide one away from bringing the tying run to the plate. Just like that. That's how quickly you can do it if you just find a way to get on base late in the ball game. You'd be surprised just how quickly you can get the tying run to the plate. Oh, he swung 3-0 at ball 4. What is going on? Down 3 runs.
Trivia question. The 3 active starters who are undefeated against the Diamondbacks. Gallardo, Hudson, Santana. Minimum 5 starts. Hoping to hang a loss on Gallardo.
And now by swinging 3-0 at a pitch down out of the zone. Now if you're DJ Rayburn and you're getting a little grief right there, it might be down on the zone, but if I'm DJ Rayburn, I'm saying, what are you talking about? You just swung at one worse than that on 3-0. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense in the world. Makes you wonder, or some research, how much Jason Kubel's done that throughout his career.
Well, the scoreboard dictates too. Oh boy, he barely stayed alive. Okay, so the tying runs in the on deck circle.
Hit past the defense into center field. Runners move up 90 feet. There was a big shift on around, and then Cody Ransom, who has not been dealing with the unique Milwaukee defense all year, had to react and head the other way.
That's good to see Jason Kubel. He's got 2 hits and a walk tonight. He's all over Giovanni Gallardo. I guarantee you he feels a lot better now after chasing that 3-0 pitch out of the zone. He ends up getting a base hit anyway. And here we go. The tying run is at the plate just like that.
So now Chris Young. Other than Kubel's homer, no Diamondback has reached second base until now.
Amazing.
83 pitches. So the pitch count's fine.
For a guy like Gallardo, yeah. He's accustomed to going plenty into the hundreds.
100 or more, 6 of 9 of his starts. Take out 2 Cardinal starts, it's 6 of 7 of his starts.
Beautiful fastball to the outside corner.
You've got 2 singles out there waiting to be driven home. Off the end of the bat, a slider away. 1-2 the count.
Beautiful pitch there. That's not a mistake.
Hasn't thrown many of those, kind of kept it in his pocket for moments like this. It's been almost exclusively fastball, curveball. And that one is fouled off.
Copy.
Back-to-back sliders.
But kudos to Chris Young, staying alive, nicking it foul, keeping the at-bat alive. And in a perfect world, Darren, you know, he hits one in the seats right here and ties the ball game up. But you've still got 9 outs left. You're a productive out in this situation for making this a much closer ball game with Lyle Overbay on deck. Does that make sense?
You bet it does.
I mean, if you strike out here, nothing good has come from it. But if you find a way to maybe hit a little squibber somewhere and make it in second, third, 1 out, or hit a deep fly ball to move a runner up, at least you got the opportunity to get closer. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world if this inning ends 4-2.
Pulls that one. Ransom to Weeks to first. Double play.
Boy, Gallardo has been a magician. That's the 3rd double play for the Arizona Diamondback hitters. That's 2 now off the bat of Chris Young. As routine as it gets, 6, 4, 3. That's painful.
He had induced 2 double play ground balls all year coming into tonight.
That's just the ownership that Gallardo has over the Arizona Diamondbacks. He knows every time he takes the ball against these guys, he knows good things are going to happen. And that same ownership is also felt on the other side of things. Diamondback hitters know that they have had no success against this guy. Let's see if Overbay can do some damage.
We were talking about the inning ending 4-2. That's a painful RBI if he can get it and dole out that pain, because even though you're still up by a pair if you're Milwaukee, boy, that would really get the Diamondbacks rolling. A 2-out RBI. Well, he's feeling it, isn't he? He really overthrew that one. Great reaction by Lucroy, kind of overstating the obvious there. Well, he's a calm fella, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Sometimes catchers can even flop.
The 26-year-old right-hander. Diamondbacks anticipating some offense, not that time. 1-2 the count. Kubal's home run, Jason Kubal, responsible for the lone run in this game. Did he?
Did.
Oh, it was called at home plate.
Yeah. Ron Copa at third was verifying it as well. Boy, what a tough inning for the Diamondbacks.
He immediately was given another opportunity, and it wasn't a minor league opportunity. Loved when we had him here. 4 long balls this year. Handled himself certainly the right way. Great influence in that locker room. Grand Canyon.
One of the good guys. One of the guys you root for.
You bet. More than 1,000 games in AAA alone in his career. Cody off the glove. Bell at third. And Cody Ransom hits one hard. Ironically, out to the position he used to play for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, Josh Bell hadn't had a whole lot of success on balls hit to him. That ball right off his glove. That'll go as a base hit. Josh had a couple of errors in his first 3 games as a Diamondback. A couple of balls go off his glove as well that have gone for hits.
So now Yovani Gallardo.
One of the good bunters in the game too is Gallardo.
1-0 the count. He's got 16 sacrifice bunts in his career to go along with those 9 home runs.
Got a nice mullet too.
Yeah, there is a lot going on.
One of the better ones.
A lot of business in the back.
There's a party in the back. What was that guy in Kansas City, Luis Mendoza?
Sure.
I think they could have a pretty good mullet off.
Well,
what do you think?
I'd vote for Gallardo.
You like that one? His a little fuller.
Well, he's a little more big league as well.
No, that's very well said.
That pitch is on the corner.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me at all. Gallardo is this is an imposter, and this is actually Luis Mendoza.
That stuff looks a little different.
Does it?
First indicator was the mid-90s fastball, and then the
the stuff, not the hair.
No, not
a little different. Okay.
No, not the product.
There we go.
That one is bunted over Bay. Erases our mullet friend. What's going on over there?
Well, as you make your summer plans, be sure to mark the calendar for the 4th of July Diamondbacks Padres game. First 20,000 fans are going to get a 4th of July t-shirt courtesy of Ram Trucks. Then the fireworks will come to you. Relax in the air-conditioned Chase Field. We'll open the roof for a post-game fireworks spectacular courtesy of Gila River Casino. Reserve your ticket now. 602-514-8400 is the number to call, or dbacks.com/tickets. And that was a full chapter of reading right there.
Well read by you.
No, it wasn't.
Corey Hart drives it deep left field. Kubel going back to the wall, and it's gone. Corey Hart with his 10th home run of the year. RBIs number 21 and 22. The Milwaukee Brewers 6, the Arizona Diamondbacks 1. Harvey's wall bangers have returned here in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, that's the Brewers' 3rd home run. Change up and a moon shot. About 5 or 6 rows deep in left field. That might be the lead balloon right there for Chase Field. Home run number 10 for Corey Hart. RBIs number 21 and 22. And the hits just keep on coming.
Nyjer Morgan picks on a curveball. He's got himself a base hit. You know, Milwaukee on the road coming in hitting just .216. 3 runs a game. Not tonight. Kirk Gibson takes that unfortunate walk to the rubber. Josh Colemencher will be done. We'll see Ryan Braun hit when we come back. And Braun will face Shaw. 6-1 Milwaukee here at Chase. The trade, bottom line, it's about twin killings. And when you've only induced 2 double plays on the year and you induce 3 in a single game, you've done something.
That just goes to show you how comfortable he is on a mound against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Giovanni Gallardo, he has been beyond impressive again here this evening. Brian Shaw going to take over. 6-1 ball game.
Check back, just double back and see how many pitches Josh Colemencher had thrown.
Probably not too many, I wouldn't think. He was breezing right along until that 2-run homer.
Josh Colemencher, 27 pitches. Yeah, you know, when you're at the role of stuntman, unfortunately, sometimes you got to take a few blows to the chops. That might not be one of the nights where it's bad to just let him finish it out. Gibson wanted to get Braun here, and time was called by Ryan Braun. Gibson deemed it very important at this point, just to, you know, hey, you're down there in his shoes. He may still see a battle up ahead, so he wants to make sure that Braun doesn't do any more damage. He's done a lot of it. A 2-run homer tonight. Also flied to right, grounded to short. He did some good stuff against Arizona in the NLDS last season as well. Grew up in Southern California, played his college baseball all the way across the country in Miami.
Poor guy probably just couldn't get into San Diego State.
I'm sure that crossed his mind. Speaking of your former colleges, we gave some love to Saddleback Community College the other night on the air while you were out as well.
Why's that?
Yeah, we were guessing college programs that have produced the most major leaguers, and 100 or more.
I'm talking about ASU.
We guessed Saddleback.
Oh, did I guess it?
Yes, you did.
That's right. I forgot about that.
I'm glad you remember.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I had a good time on my day off, so I don't remember.
Understand. You also guessed yourself at one point, and I thought, well, that's not really a university, but we weren't surprised. It was a rare treat to have Gonzo at the ballpark. He sat in. He's rarely here.
You never see him here.
2-1 the count on the slugger, Braun. He'll draw these kind of attacks, Ryan Braun, because of what he has accomplished throughout his career, the reigning most valuable player. Raleigh Fingers was an MVP out of the bullpen in '81. Robin Yount won it as a shortstop in '82 and then as a center fielder in '89. The Brewer MVPs. Three and two the count. Niger was on the move. By the way, if you look around the valley sometimes, maybe at one of your local coffee houses, keep a keen eye on who's around. You may just spot Robin Yount somewhere around town. I'm told he's been spotted at a Home Depot.
Really?
Doing some work. What a handyman. Two-time MVP as well.
He fixes his own stuff. If it breaks, just call Robin. And then there's me. If something breaks, I have all the right numbers to call.
Call not Home Depot to see if they have it?
Well, I'll buy it. Somebody else is going to have to install it.
3-2 the count.
A lot of attention being paid to Niger Morgan on a 3-2 count on a 6-1 ball game. I think a lot of your attention probably should be on Ryan Braun.
The four-time All-Star awaits the 3-2. The runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down, got him. Well, that'll clean things up very nicely, in part because Shaw managed to split his attention on both. Keep the runner close, throw a good cutter, strike him out, throw him out. The game with us between the ages of 10 and 14 coming out Sunday to Chase Field for the Fox Sports Arizona and Sanderson Ford Kitcaster auditions, 11:30 to 1:30 near sections 115 and 116. Brewers Diamondbacks game, 115, 116. I will be out there between 11:30 and 12 to do some coaching. So if you'd like to come out and give it a go, we'll see you youngsters out there.
Are you going to send some runners? Maybe get a few signs?
Speak up, young man. Speak into the mic. Give your opinion. Call a shot a shot.
I think it might be teach them proper ground ball technique or something.
I know better than that.
Josh Bell's going to have to get a new bat.
Well, some homework has been done.
There we go. Separated at birth, folks.
Well,
that's some big league mullets right there.
I changed my vote for Mendoza.
I think
just
you're right.
That reminder.
I kind of vote, better pitcher here.
Bouncing ball. Ishikawa sticks with it. And in time for the out. Again, you're right. I mean, one is a better pitcher, certainly. Both of Mexican descent. Both have done nice to get here to the big leagues. Mendoza, a crafty righty, but I'm going to say right now Mendoza wins the battle of the mullets. You're really studying that monitor. I mean, where are you at with this?
Tell us what you think at home, folks. Whose mullet is better? Gallardo, Mendoza?
Would you like him maybe on?
I just think Gallardo's fuller.
Do you want him to call your cell, or D-Backs booth on Twitter? What do you want him to do?
What about that feller? So there's some.
It's pretty long in the front, though. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Looks like some nice sheen in the back, nice and shiny. Stop throwing Henry curveballs. It's just not fair, Giovanni. He keeps throwing him curveballs, Darren.
But he's not going to. I've tried to share that with you.
I mean, we all know Henry doesn't like curveballs. He likes to hit fastballs. Now, you big bully. He just keeps throwing him curveballs.
Let's go back to the mullet vote. Hop online. Join us online on D-Backs booth on Twitter. And follow us if you'd like. If you don't like, that's fine as well. But if you'd like to, which one you vote for. That one is low.
Well, not. Oh, he's going to get a fastball here, folks.
You think a 3-1? Well, you're up 6-1. You're right.
He's going to get a fastball, and if it's in the zone, Henry's going to hit it hard. Here we go, folks. You just watch. In the zone with a fastball. Oh, Henry, you just earned yourself another curveball.
On 3-2, really?
Yeah, I think so. Or some slider or something. I think Gallardo's thinking, Henry, you had your chance.
Let's see what he sold him on. On 3-2. Fastball.
He went with it. I like that Gallardo's going to challenge the old war horse. He went upstairs with a fastball. Henry's right there, wasn't he? He likes fastballs.
8 home runs this season to go of his 25 hits. 8 home runs last year. Oh, boy. I took it.
Oh, attaboy, Henry.
How about
That's
that?
That's a way to lay off that curveball.
APS Energy Assist of the contest. Replace your old incandescent bulbs with CFLs because they use 75% less energy. Well, you better get a few of these votes in for the mullet if, in fact, Gallardo doesn't pitch much longer. Josh C. says, clearly I vote for Mendoza, and then he has some kind of unkind things to say about Gallardo.
Wow. One more time, just for all you folks that are ready to vote. Mullet left or mullet right? There's no such thing as a wrong answer when you put that much time into a mullet. I mean, they're both fabulous.
John Wilson, by the way, he dropped us a note. He's a local, lives here in Phoenix. He says, how about I vote for my cousin, Kelly Gruber?
Ooh, I remember that. Kelly had one of the better ones.
And there is an actual Twitter account, Gruber's Mullet.
Really now.
There is a Gruber's mullet account. Just thought I'd share that with you. So go visit that. Dwayne Shintzis. Remember him? Big fella from Florida.
Big fella, yeah. Oh, there's a curveball. This time Aaron Hill. Yeah, Dwayne Shintzis had a... Well, it was an awful mullet. I just think of Joe Dirt.
Well, now we're talking. 0-1 the count. Aaron Hill, 248, 5 home runs.
Man, this guy can pitch. Not even Kenny Powers can pitch like this.
He has a mullet. Travis Wing votes for Randy Johnson's mullet.
Now we're getting some good stuff now. Speaking of good stuff, Gallardo dominant here again against the Diamondbacks.
To the right side, up and into the seats it goes. Yep, it's a good one.
I'll tell you what, when he was younger though, I mean, that like his Seattle days. See, that hair went all the way down.
Really?
There. Oh yeah. Back in the day, it went way down there, like in Seattle. Just missed. Did you ever have a mullet?
No, I never did. No. Now, there was some hair in my family that looked kind of like that.
Good to have David Crosby here at the ballpark.
One and two, the count. Aaron Hill. Chopper, foul ball. We're receiving more interaction on our D-backs booth on Twitter. Cedar says, I vote for the Mets.
See, Cedar gets it. He understands.
David Foldrin says, my wife votes for not Gallardo, but Mendoza. Let his wife do the voting.
Mm-hmm.
That one is rolled toward the hole. Aaron Hill with the base hit.
Nice at bat by Aaron Hill. He battled and battled, fought off some tough pitches, was down in the hole 0-2, and found a way to fight it off. Found a way to keep the inning alive.
Now we're kind of cranking up some offense with all this hair talk, if you folks are still comfortable with it. And as Ron Renicky heads out to the mound, I have one more to submit just for your perusal. Maybe the best mullet ever.
Who you got?
Well, just see.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody can ever top Billy Ray Cyrus.
I mean, with the spike in the front and then all the business in the back. And the man with the best mullet in the park tonight, he was a good one. Yovani Gallardo, 6-1. Arizona rallying.
Jackson alongside Mike Fetters as we get set for Diamondbacks Live, presented by CenturyLink. And Mike, in the pregame, you talked about Yovani Gallardo and the matchup specifically against the Diamondbacks hitters. Has it played out the way that you thought it might?
It's pretty much played out the way he's done it in the past. He's using their aggressiveness against them, getting ahead, making them swing at pitches early. He's doing his job right now for the Milwaukee Brewers.
And, of course, we'll talk about the struggles of Ian Kennedy as well in our postgame show. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jody and Fett. K-Rod, Francisco Rodriguez, the right-hander, now 30 years old, Venezuelan born and raised. World Series hero in 02. Record-setting save man in 08 with 62. Slaps that leg to remind himself not to jump at the plate. Got a pretty high ERA, a couple of runners on.
Used to be a very, very hard thrower. Now throws a lot of off-speed stuff. Breaking balls, change-ups, and occasional fastballs.
Fires the fastball at 92 miles an hour. That's close to the high end, what you'll get from K-Rod. Willie 0 for 3. Been a nice run for Bloomquist. He'd love to extend it right now.
Missed again with the fastball. That's what he tries to get you to chase some fastballs out of the zone. That way he can use his off-speed stuff. Willie's done a good job of laying off a couple of close fastballs, but he sits 2-0. There's a fastball for a strike. Good pitch.
K-Rod's high water mark velocity-wise was in 2006 when he threw 95 miles an hour on average. His velocity this year has a fastball that averages 91, which is actually a little bit of an improvement from a season ago.
That's true.
It's a little bit harder. Far more changeups than he's ever thrown.
Snuck a fastball by Willie on that pitch. Count evens at 2-2.
Was that a catch in the air there over there?
I didn't notice.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Meantime, Willie's trying to find a gap. Left center field's wide open for Bloomquist. They play him to punch it to the right side. There you see the hole out there. That's probably the right place to be. Three and two.
3-2. Now it's decision time. He's thrown a bunch of fastballs to get to this 3-2 count. Has K-Rod. Does he stay with the fastball or try to trick Ryan, or not Ryan Roberts? Ryan Roberts on deck. Willie Bloomquist with something off speed. Boy, just the trickster that I think he's become. I think he's going to throw something off speed. Let's see what he goes with.
Three-two pitch. Fastball. Nowhere close.
He spiked it. Good at bat by Willie Bloomquist. Now, all of a sudden, now you're looking at some guys that can hit the ball out of the ballpark now. Ryan Roberts, Justin Upton. There's one out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. But a base hit here, boy, and all of a sudden, the Diamondbacks who'd had some dirt shoveled on them an inning ago. All of a sudden now, this thing could become a ball game, but quick.
Upton waits his turn in the on-deck circle. Roberts on the ground to short. Ransom, Weeks on to first. Double play.
4 double plays tonight from Arizona Diamondback hitters.
Roberts air conditioning, cool play of the game. A fabulous play by a fan earlier in the contest. He earned himself a contract, 4 free tickets to an upcoming Diamondbacks game, a big discount at the team shop. We found him, we gave him his contract. He's our Chaz Roberts air conditioning play of the game. Greg Breslow goes to work. As long as they're having some fun at the ballpark still. Hey, you know what? Good crowd tonight. Really proud of baseball fans out here. 35,478. And here. Cheers to all you teachers out there. We can't say thank you enough. Enjoy your summertime as parents. Gracie and I both. Bless your hearts for the work you do, and we don't know where we'd be without all of you. So all you teachers, enjoy your summers.
My children had their final day of school today. Thank you very much, everybody, that put up with those two.
Got the scouts in the house, teachers in the house. Summer is starting. Well, summer has begun. Later nights allowed now in your home, so we look forward to seeing you at the ballpark whenever you're able to come down. A lot this summer. When it gets hotter and hotter, remember, we'll keep things cool in here. Again, with the 5-run lead, Kirk Gibson going with more of the A-list relievers. He went with Shaw, now he goes with Breslow. And Cole Mentor certainly, I'm sure, could have attempted to work through the rest of the game.
Sure.
Plenty stretched out. 1-1 the count. Aramis Ramirez over toward the Arizona dugout. Aramis, a good night tonight. He's got a couple of hits in the contest. Hitting just .231 in the year coming in. That clip is now at .238. They committed 3 years to Aramis Ramirez. And he's hit there. That is the 3rd Brewer hit tonight. And I've watched the Brewers long enough to know that tonight, tomorrow, the next day, they will even the score. There was no intent, I don't think.
I don't think so either. But bottom line is, Brewers are still getting smoked.
Yeah, they take up for one another.
Whether it's intentional or not, you know, that's your number 4 hitter. And he can't straighten out his elbow.
Upton looks on. I covered a game, you and I were talking about it a few weeks back, where Weeks and Braun were both hit a total of 4 times in 2 days.
Right.
Alfonso Soriano dug in. Sean Markham just got him, hit him.
And it was over.
Alfonso went to first. That was it.
Yeah.
Wasn't taunting, chatting, nothing.
And it was over. And I'm sure Ricky Weeks was very happy to have Sean Markham as a teammate.
Jonathan Lucroy. One and 0 the count. You remember Ryan Braun was hit when the New York Mets were playing the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers have a reputation, as we said earlier. And
taking care of their own.
Terry Collins, you remember that? Took David Wright out of the game.
Oh, yeah.
You and I was off on assignment that weekend, but I know you talked about it. David Wright didn't want to come out of the game.
No. He wanted to go up there and be the leader of the team and take his what he had coming.
Bouncing ball toward the hole, base hit. Boy, Lucroy, we've been talking about how special he has been. He, in the month of May, is hitting over 400 this month.
Man.
I mean, it's late May now.
Second baseman.
All of a sudden, Craig Breslow, it's been a while since he's gotten somebody out. Two base runners tonight. I believe his last outing against the LA Dodgers, I think he faced 5 batters, and they all 5 reached, didn't they, Darren?
Yeah, Breslow had a tough go of it. It was stunning because he and Ziegler both struggled, and they both had been nearly perfect. Here is Ricky Weeks. Southern University, down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Won 2 batting titles there, all college baseball, NCAA Division I. Yeah, Breslow, you were talking about, as we see Weeks with his 5th home run of the year. Last 2 outings, he's had a tough go of it. Pitch is low, 1-1 the count. And you're recollecting that outing, Gracie.
There you have it.
The 1-1. Fouled that one off at home plate. If you're just thinking ahead, and this certainly isn't to stir the pot, just passing along some information, Justin Upton leads off the next inning.
Yikes. Yikes. Well, let's hope it doesn't happen. But one thing we know is if there is some retribution, one thing we know, tomorrow's starter for the Brewers is not afraid to dish it out, and that's Zach Greinke. He's not afraid at all.
Yeah, it doesn't. If you felt that something was 3 times in a game is too many.
Well, one was a curveball for me and Kennedy.
So throw that one out.
So, but the other 2, let's see, it was, it's been Ramirez. Who else got it? It was Corey Hart. He got a fastball from Ian as well, right in the leg.
Into the dirt it goes. He's scuffling with his command.
Ouch. That hurts, folks. Right on that elbow bone. That really, really hurts. And that thing could swell up. He'll have some fun trying to sleep with that tonight. He's still flexing it. It hurts. Ramos is a tough guy. He's not going to walk off with that. But believe me when I tell you, it hurts. You want to know what that feels like, Darren?
I was just thinking about that. Give me a little description.
Just sit your elbow down on a table and have one of your friends take a ball peen hammer and just whack you right on the elbow bone.
Got it.
That's how that feels. I mean, it's smarts.
I'd just soon not know then what it feels like.
There you go.
3-2 the count. Nobody out. That is ball 4. Bases are loaded. Travis Ishikawa saying, all right, I'm going to get to face a left-handed pitcher. I'm excited for the chance.
First baseman Travis Ishikawa.
Good news for Ishikawa with the bases loaded if you're a Milwaukee fan. Tough news. Let's see if with nobody out, Breslow can clean things up here. 3 for 11 against lefties this year, so he's gotten it done when he's had a chance. As that one is low, that's a 273 clip. Yeah, in his career, 72 at-bats against left-handed pitching, 592 against righties.
There you go. You just get labeled. And there's a strike. 1-1.
The one guy I always think of, and maybe this is just me thinking of it, is a guy that kind of could never get past it. Just for a few blips in his career with slugger Ryan Klesko.
Yeah, he seemed to struggle a little bit with left-handed pitchers.
That one is into center field. Young will charge and make the play. And that'll drive in a run. Ishikawa will take that. No official at bat, plus an RBI. 14 runs batted in this year on the sacrifice fly. And the hit batter comes around to roost.
And if you're wondering about why didn't Chris Young try to go to the plate, well, Chris Young separated that throwing shoulder. Never had really much of an arm in the first place. It's always been a below average throwing arm, but now take a separation on top of it, and that's why he didn't try to throw it home.
Here is Cody Ransom. That one is outside. 1-0 the count.
Cody Ransom trying to do more damage to his former boys.
That pitch is high. Hey, don't forget about Fox Sports Game Connect. It's the ultimate online experience for fans. Log on and take part in the most interactive forum during Diamondbacks games. There's stats and trends, analysis. You can share your thoughts with a game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on foxsportsarizona.com. Rally cap time.
3-0. Yeah, Craig Breslow is still struggling.
35,478 came tonight. Big house expected again tomorrow night. Fireworks after the game tonight. JJ puts bobblehead tomorrow night. Oh, baby. Thought he would love another shot at that one. 3-2 the count. Don't forget, post-game show follows this one.
It's always exciting. We'll have lots to talk about, won't we?
Gracie and I will have a little bit of some thoughts to share with you, but all the work will be done out there. Mike Fetters.
It's always good to have him chime in.
And Jody Jackson swinging and a miss.
Strikeout. Beautiful slider there from Breslow.
You know, sitting in the booth next door, a guy I worked with for quite a while, former Brewers catcher Bill Schroeder sits over there with Brian Anderson, who does a lot of good national work as well as in Milwaukee.
There's the boys.
Two really good guys. Brian came over from the world of golf and has done a great job. Now, he was a college catcher and a minor leaguer. Bill Schroeder, longtime big league catcher, and he played with Mike Fetters. Played with him. And he hammered Mike Fetters in the pregame show.
Well, it was
second for Gomez.
Yeah, he did. Took some shots at him, didn't he?
Well, I'll say the one thing I loved about having Mike Fetters as my teammate is that any time I brought him into a room with me, I was at least the second ugliest person in the room. That's quoting what Bill Schroeder said about Fetters.
Anytime he brought Mike around, he was the second ugliest guy in the room.
Right.
Oh,
he backlegged it, but he got under it, Carlos Gomez.
Is there room? No.
So
that's
a couple old teammates exchanging barbs, except for Fett really kind of just had a little pillow swipe back at him.
Fett didn't really come back with much. No, he came back with nothing.
So if you folks are listening out there, Fett's treating it like a green room, just enjoying life.
He's just enjoying talking to Liz Scott out there.
You might want to let him know to bring in a little. If you're out there listening anywhere, let Fett know we need more in the postgame.
There you go. Don't let Bill Schroeder stomp all over you like that.
I kind of like it.
Do you now?
Old ball players getting on one another. 2-1 the count. Little chopper off his glove. He can fly. Got it.
They cleaned it up nicely, did Breslow. Holding them to one run. Diamondbacks got some work to do, folks. And Mike Fetters, you're not that ugly.
old teammate. I just thought, you know, Fed, it'd be a good chance for you to take one more swipe at him if you'd like.
All I know is Bill Schroeder has not won any beauty contests anytime lately either. He ain't the prettiest man in the world himself. So I guess if he's calling me ugly, he's just as ugly.
I think Bill Schroeder, I mean, he may have put the UGG in ugly.
Well, now you're jumping in. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute.
Bill Schroeder,
Parker's back.
Bill Schroeder might have had the biggest head in baseball back in the day.
I resemble that remark, and so do you, by the way, Fed.
No, I got the biggest face in the game. He got the biggest head in the game. Let's get that straight.
All right. I see. Now that's bringing it. That's what I need.
See, that. On a night like this, we need a little more from you, Fett. Just like that. Attaboy.
I love Schroeder, though, man. I can't dog him like that.
No, we're just having fun, man. Two good guys. Have a good show, Fett.
All right, you too.
Veras takes the rock. He is out on the mound. Justin Upton leads things off. Jose on for the 23rd time this year. Casey McGee was sent to Pittsburgh in December. Jose Veras came back to Milwaukee. Green is out there at third base. Some changes for the Brewers. And the pitch is away. 1-0 the count. Little locker room banter. I like it.
That's the way it should be.
2-0 the count. By the way, with Green out there at third base, that removes Aramis Ramirez from the game. Taylor.
Ball 3.
Three and 0 the count. Wild away in the first three pitches. Kuba waits on deck.
Missed badly with all four.
What's going on over there, Gracie?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Follow Fox Sports Arizona's coverage of the Diamondbacks with MLB.com at Bat12 for your iPhone, your iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at bat to 31826 or visit dbacks.com for details. That was Big League Read.
Yo, well done. Here's Jason Kubel. There's a strike. 0-1 the count. Yeah, heading back towards 300. He's been up above that magical mark a couple of times this year. Slider is high. I'm sorry, I can't let it go. I have to go in the batter's box with Upton.
Okay.
If you're in his shoes, are you thinking maybe you might be getting one?
The possibility,
Okay.
certainly. I think a lot of times it might come with 2 outs.
The 1-1. In other words, you're not looking to start a rally?
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, not if you can help it. I mean, some guys don't care. Some guys, first guy I see, I don't care who it is, bang. That's going to be it. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what you look like. Somebody's going to get it. I don't care how big or small you are.
And again, we're talking about that because one was with the breaking ball, Ian Kennedy hitting Travis Ishikawa, but then Corey Hart and Aramis Ramirez hit firm. So 3 Brewers hit, 2 with fastballs, and we only bring it up not to at all stir it. It's just these Brewers have a reputation of taking up for their own. It's a strong one.
But right now, this guy is so all over the place.
Yeah, he's got bigger concerns. This is why we bring it up. This is a breaking ball, right?
That's nothing. That's nothing. This is a little more something. And this one's really something. That's all we're saying.
Zach Greinke pitches tomorrow. So when the manager goes out, as Ron
he will
Renicky
dot
did,
you. I mean, he will dot you. Oh, absolutely.
My guess is that, real quickly, Grace, you started to change the subject. I think Renicky went out to do a brief riot act there to Veras.
Yeah, I would imagine that was, you know what, I brought you in here to finish this ninth inning. I highly recommend you start throwing it over the plate. And because of the wildness, he's got to get a pitcher up in the bullpen.
I mean, to take you off what you were talking about, I just know managers rarely go out unless they're making a change, unless they're really ticked off.
Right.
One and 0 the count.
There's a slider for a strike.
And he's about as mild-mannered and even-keeled as it gets. But that's on the outside. Trust me, having sat in some meetings, listened to him talk, even when he was a coach for Mike Scioscia, there's a real edge there for Renicky. A baseball edge. Good fastball.
Well, you can see this guy's got electric stuff. LaCroix just got thumbed. Catchers just take a beating. They're not getting hit in the mask. Their thumbs are taking poundings. Watch the bottom of his glove. Ow, he says, golly. Well, somehow he was able to lay off a tough slider there. I don't think he went.
No, sir.
We've got another 3-2 count here. There's one wild one away from walking him full. Lyle's on deck. And I would imagine he's going to have an irate manager if he walks this guy. He threw a strike, and Chris Young just got buckled.
He stayed stubborn with that breaking ball until the best one he threw was this last one.
Yeah. Boy, he picks a heck of a time. Oh, dear. Well, that tells you right there, he just feels like he can throw his breaking ball for a strike more than he can throw his fastball for a strike.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're Lyle Overbay, you kind of go up there and look for a breaking ball, don't you? If you just watched what just transpired. And he throws a fast one for a strike. Isn't it amazing? You throw that, you're throwing a bunch of pitches off the plate. You throw a beautiful breaking ball for the strikeout. Now all of a sudden, you just feel like a giant gorilla has been lifted off your back. Now you can throw anything you want anytime.
You could see he had the swagger after that strike three. Veras on the 0-1. Breaking ball, strike two.
And a thing of beauty. I would imagine John Axford, he's their closer. I would imagine he's going to just kind of hang out for a little bit, not throw too much if he can help it.
They just soon not have to use him. Wasted a fastball up and away. 1-2 the count. Lyle tonight walked, flied to center field, and struck out. John Axford's got himself a head of hair as well. What a heck of a closer.
Missed with a breaking ball. Good eye there by Lyle. 2-2.
3-game series against Ron Renicky and his Brewers. Then it's off to San Francisco. Off to San Diego. Happy summertime, everyone, all you youngsters out there. 2-2. Fastball inside.
Another 3-2 count.
Slugger Josh Bell waits on deck. Lyle overbait juices down one coming on to make the play with a good jump as Gomez. 2 outs in the inning.
Tough luck there for Lyle. He hit it right on the line, but unfortunately for him, the speedy Carlos Gomez was out there ready to corral it.
Great speed out there. Renicky talking about maybe letting him play more and more against right-handers as well.
He can play some center field too. He's very good.
Breaking ball misses away to Josh Bell. A couple of days ago, a homer batting left-handed, and I mean a no-doubt homer. Up there looked like it was going to bounce into the Diamond Club. His first as a Diamondback. Goodness. On the extended corner, 1-1 the count. Same 2 teams tomorrow. Remember, first pitch 7:10. We, of course, will have it for you. Everyone will have a J.J. Puts bobblehead in their hands, or at least a majority of the folks.
Looking forward to getting 3 or 4.
You'll get one and you'll like it. Change up. Boy, that's a good pitch.
Real good pitch. It's the first one of those we've seen from Veras, but it was a dandy.
2-2 the count. Inside, had to pull it back too far. Veras.
I think he just goes 3-2 on every batter on purpose.
He's thrown 26 pitches this inning. Just grinding a manager down. He's got a former manager over his shoulder, and Jerry Nairn, who's on his coaching staff. Swing and a miss, and that will do it.
You shake hands after you win there, Mr. Veras.
Ryan Bronson, let's all shake hands. I think Lucroy is saying to his mates that, wait, that's it. That's the ball game. We're not playing 12 innings tonight. Look, he's getting ready to get back in the dugout. All right, let's get some runs, guys. Here we go.
Hello? The ball game? Okay. Well, thanks, everybody. Unfortunately, 2 steps back for the Diamondbacks tonight, Darren.
Yeah, the Brewers come in. They get their road mojo going. 7-1 is the final score. Lots to talk about at our post-game show. Let's get it on out there. And, of course, Jody Jackson will host it. And we will talk baseball with all of you. Brad Steinke is down on the field. Mike Fetters is the analyst. It's Diamondbacks Live, and it's brought to you by CenturyLink, and it's next. Brewers 7, Diamondbacks.